Danielle Mullins and Mohamed Jabali are long divorced and living separate lives, but their time together is hard to forget for fans of 90 Day Fiancé. The couple's explosive fights and overall awkward relationship gave viewers some of the most entertaining seasons ever. It was evident from the start that their relationship was not meant to last, but Mohamed and Danielle were together for an impressive amount of time considering how poorly matched they were. There was no shortage of red flags to indicate the relationship was going to end badly, because it wasn't good in the first place. There's a big age gap between Danielle and Mohamed. Sometimes couples with big age gaps have successful relationships, but such gaps are often insurmountable obstacles. It's not difficult to understand why couples who are in different phases of their life may find each other harder to relate to. That was the case for Mohamed, 28, and Danielle, 49, whose age gap was so big it was uncomfortable to watch them together. While Mohamed wanted to live the exciting life of a 20-something, Danielle wanted to do things more related to her age, which is one of many issues that came between the two. Danielle and Mohamed didn't know each other well before marrying. Mohamed and Danielle had been in a long-distance relationship before getting married, so they didn't know each very well before when they wed. People are very different online than in person, and Mohamed and Danielle hadn't dated each other online for that long anyway. Consequently, they were basically strangers. Given that marriage is a commitment where two people agree to be together for the rest of their lives, both need to know each other well. It's no wonder Mohamed and Danielle are a couple that 90 Days Fiancé fans think faked their romance. No one in their right mind would have gotten married so soon without knowing each other, but they did, and of course, it didn't lead up to any good. Danielle and Mohamed demonstrated poor communication throughout the whole season. It was evident that Mohamed and Danielle would become one of the 90 Day Fiancé couples that got divorced. After all, communication is key to a successful marriage, and every attempt to have a conversation ended up in a heated fight. Mohamed and Danielle were not good at listening to each other and would rather use their talks to complain about their significant other, hoping the other one would change to adjust to their expectations, instead of changing themselves based on their partner's observations. Danielle and Mohamed were polar opposites. Nobody should change their entire personality to fit their partner's expectations, and most of the time, Mohamed and Danielle made clear how much they wanted the other one to act as an entirely different person. Mohamed and Danielle were opposites, and while some may argue that opposites attract, it was evident this couple did not complement each other. Rather, they seemed to be locked up together and forced to interact. They didn't have common interests, compatible personalities, or any of the other basic markers of couples who get along. Danielle and Mohamed never trusted each other. It's far from uncommon for women to feel self-conscious or ashamed of their appearance, their weight, or many normal changes that affect them with age. Consequently, many women are insecure about their looks, and Danielle was not the exception. Her insecurities led her to constantly harass Mohamed over the fear that she believed he was cheating on her with a younger woman, and this triggered one of 90 Day Fiancé's most heated fights. Naturally, the conflict exhausted and exasperated Mohamed, who likewise claimed Danielle cheated. It was only a matter of time before the relationship ended, due in part to their lack of trust. Danielle sought to manipulate and control Mohamed with so many unhealthy relationships like Mohamed and Danielle. It's a wonder why 90 Day Fiancé is considered one of the best shows about romance to watch on Discovery+. More than romance, their relationship felt like a prison. Danielle was constantly breathing down Mohamed's neck and would throw a fit of rage anytime he didn't do or acted as she wanted. Nothing more can be said that, understandably so, it was nerve-wracking for Mohamed, and inevitably it would make him want to separate. Mohamed found Danielle to be overly dramatic. Mohamed admitted multiple times that he was tired of Danielle turning everything into a big drama. He even said once that after so many dramatic reactions from Danielle, he stopped feeling empathy towards his ex-wife, which is definitely not good for any relationship. While Danielle was extremely sensitive and cried easily and often, Mohamed was the total opposite, which led to many confrontations. When a marriage becomes a war zone and someone is crying over something every couple of hours, the relationship becomes a ticking time bomb. Mohamed wasn't interested in making the relationship work. It's safe to say that Mohamed was never very invested in his relationship with Danielle, and when things got rough, he was even less interested in fixing it. After all, why would he try to fix and save a relationship that clearly made him miserable? Most couples go through difficult periods within their relationship, but their love for each other makes them want to work on it and continue together in spite of the circumstances. Nonetheless, most of these couples have great memories together that they wish to salvage and perpetuate, but Mohamed and Danielle didn't really have any of that. Intimacy between Danielle and Mohamed was awkward. Intimacy is a vital part of many relationships. After all, it is one of the most important things that differentiate someone between a partner and a friend. While it is common for marriages to begin having sex-related issues, Mohamed and Danielle didn't have an intimate relationship to start with. On the show, Mohamed admitted to having a problem with Danielle's personal hygiene, and he showed through his actions, or lack of them, that he was not attracted to her. He didn't kiss her or hug her, and any attempt at intimacy was awkward for the same reason. If a couple doesn't like each other that way, how could they not be doomed from the start? Danielle often threatened Mohamed with deportation. Danielle once told Mohamed that if he loved her, he would want to fix the relationship. However, no one that truly loves another person could threaten them to get them deported so many times as she did. Getting someone deported is a very serious thing, and this constant threat was perhaps one of the biggest pieces of proof of how much Danielle manipulated Mohamed. She looked at him like a prisoner. If he didn't want to stay with her, he could be punished by returning to the country he was unhappy in. Needless to say, nobody has to threaten their partner that way to make them stay or fix things.
I'm